Yo, guten Morgen, everybody. Today we're going to be making a tier list of all the fighters that have a chance to become triple champions. We're going to be talking physique. We're going to be talking about these men's bodies more than anything else. You know, the weight cut, making weight is like the hardest part of combat sports in general, and there's a fight before the fight is actually making weight. So we're going to be talking about their physical chance, assuming all the variables are correct, the physical chance they could have to become triple champs. We're going to be mentioning a little bit their skill, of course, and their potential matchups. Just to get an idea for what this tier list includes, we're going to start off with the two extremes. So starting off in the F tier, we have Umar. Now Umar is really good. He's Habib's cousin. He's great. He has great wrestling, good striking, super creative on the striking actually. He lost a very competitive fight to Merab, and now he's on a 2-fight win streak. He's looking great. Skill wise, you think, yeah, why not? Why can't this guy become bantamweight champion? He could, but featherweight champion, it's rough. Imagine him versus Diego Lopez. We're gonna talk about him later, but that's a huge size difference because Diego's a big featherweight, and there's no chance he makes it to lightweight. So that's our F tier, so we get a little reference, and then S tier, my father, my papa, he got the belt back, my boy. So Alex Pereira, as we know, was the middleweight champion. He damn near died every time he made that weight cut, but he did it. Became the champion, lost to Israel, moved up to light heavyweight, became the champion there. And now there's rumors of him moving up again and going to heavyweight. And honestly, given the right matchup, he could do it. If Cyril Gahn beats Tom Aspinall, which I don't think will happen, we could see a Poatan triple champ. I think Alex Pereira has a way better chance against Cyril than people would think. And yeah, this is the man that we're looking here at, this bald man who might be the first triple champ in the UFC, honestly. Now, next up, we have someone who a lot of people might not expect, but I think right alongside Poatan in the S tier, this might be crazy. Physically, hear me out. Physically, Alexandre Topuria has one of the best chances to become a triple champ. This guy's fighting. He's not fighting at featherweight. A lot of people confuse because Ilia Topuria's fight was started his career fighting at featherweight. Alexandre is at bantamweight. Bantamweight, bro. He's one division down. What's that? 135. He's not even at featherweight. He's at bantamweight. He looks the same as his brother. He's a little less thick, I guess, and he hasn't fought as much. But if he became the champ at bantamweight, he'd be able to fight at featherweight easily. Volk is a champion right now. They're the same height. Ilya was a champion. They're the same height. He would be fine. And we saw what Ilya did to Oliveira. That was AI, by the way. But we saw what Ilya did to Oliveira up at 155. I think he'd have no issue. Physically, he has maybe the best body type in the UFC to get it done, other than Pereira. Next up, my boy. I hate to do him like this, but I'm going to have to put him in the D tier. Maybe even the E tier. I don't put him in the F tier because I think how he did against Islam, who was a big 155er, is way better than Umar would ever do against anyone up at featherweight. I think, yeah, he gave Islam a best fight. Islam is, to me, the goat of the sport. And just the fact that he could have become a double champ on that day, some people still score that fight for Volk. Becoming a double champ and the feasibility of that, I have to put him over Umar. But physique wise, I can't lie, he's not making it. Another guy that's not making it, I'm a casual. This fucking guy's name. Yo, Pantoja. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, Pantoja. He's not making it. I think it's a similar situation to Umar, but I have to put him E tier because the fact that he has his first belt already, that already gives him some weight over Umar. Umar don't have shit right now except his name. All right, next up from the middleweight division. Meow, 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 meow. Fluffy Hernandez. I think Fluffy is one of the scariest contenders right now at middleweight. Does he beat Chimaev? I think Chimaev retires before he ever fights Fluffy. Not because he's scared, just because he has so many health issues. He's inactive. He's got it, Chimaev came from a poor background, and now he's all rich and stuff. Let him live, I guess. But I think Fluffy, middleweight, very big middleweight. He looks fluffy at middleweight, right? Like that's low-key his name. He could do good up at light heavyweight, and heavyweight is a free division, in my opinion. If you're a good middleweight and the weight cut's hard for you at middleweight, you can be a heavyweight. Heavyweights are undisciplined middleweights. Everyone says it. It's true. It is what it is. Next up, similar situation to Alexandre, and but being extra thick, is Arman Tsarukyan. Arman's issue, he's great. He could win the belt at lightweight. He could go up to welterweight like Ilya's trying to do and beat Islam. But I think he's not making it anywhere past that. I'd have to put him D tier because those are two belts he could get. The lightweight belt he could definitely get. It's very achievable. And the welterweight belt against Islam or against one of those contenders with his wrestling, I could see him winning. But further than that, yeah, like he's not going up into middleweight. He just recently wrestled Shara Bullet, who's a middleweight as of this recording, right? Today's the 4th of January. He just like 2 days ago wrestled against Shara, or 4 days ago he wrestled against Shara. He did great. He was manhandling him, but it's a whole different thing up there. If he ran into a primary striker, it would have to be like the perfect matchup for him to win that belt up there. All right, next up, someone who has actually a good chance, Brandon Royval. This guy hasn't gotten his hands on the flyweight title, but how is this guy a flyweight? He's fucking huge, right? I think he's gonna move up now because the division's a little bit stuck. But this guy's a huge flyweight, would have no issues fighting a bantamweight, and given the right time, given the preparation, he's strong. He has a good build. He could be a featherweight. I think I give Brandon Royval physically. I have to say this again. This is all physically. Like we're talking about these guys' physiques, these guys' ability to actually make the weight. I'd give him a pretty good shot. He's lanky. He's tall. He's good. Like ability-wise, I don't think he'd have an issue. You have to watch out for the people that know how to mix it up. But I think by that time, Volk's going to be retired. It's going to be a whole different division. He could make it. The only issue is he'll never be a triple champ because he wasn't able to get the flyweight belt. He's not a big star. There's just no chance. Someone who is a big star, though? I love pills and Percocets. Yes. We got to put this man in the A tier. Carlos Prachish. This man is crazy. He's a welterweight who's just long. He's huge. I could see him fighting down. This is one of the few guys in this division or in this tier list that I think could go down in weight and win a belt there. So right now he's at welterweight. Who says he can't be a lightweight? He's not. We obviously know that's his whole thing. He's not disciplined. He drinks, he smokes, whatever. If he locked in, he could make the 155 cut, and it would be brutal. His power, his reach, he'd be a huge 155er, but not like it's not like saying, okay, let's put Alex Pereira in 155. No, man. But I think he could honestly go down to lightweight. He's at welterweight right now, and he can go up to middleweight. Why do I say that? I say that because I'm gonna skip a couple here. I'm gonna go to my boy right now. I just saw this video. Is what inspired me to make this tier list of Yuri Prochazka training with Prates. They were the same height. I swear to God, they were the same height, and they didn't look that much different. Of course, Yuri has a lot more muscle on him, but they're the same height, and that makes me think these guys are 2 weight classes apart. How do they look so similar physically? Prates can go down. Prates can move up. I think Yuri can go down and Yuri can go up, man. We've seen Yuri become the light heavyweight champion. When he lost his second fight to Pereira, he was entertaining going down to middleweight. And I know he can do that because for his last fight, he said he came in, or 2 fights ago, he came in underweight on the scales and had to drink like 2 liters of water. There's no way there's no way you should be weighing in underweight in the UFC. That's a bad sign. I think Yuri could go down to middleweight, win the belt there. Light heavyweight, he's already been the champion. And heavyweight, man, it's free. I'm telling you, these top 3 divisions, we just give the belts. Like, if you're a heavyweight, we just say, all right, you're in heavyweight, you have the belt. If you're a good middleweight, you can get the belt at heavyweight. If you're a good light heavyweight, You can very easily get the belt at a heavyweight. Like, this is just how it works up there. So I think these two go hand in hand in their movement. They can go down and up. And I think, yeah, that's what I do for both of them. Okay, next up, we have an ex-champion of the flyweight division, Davidson Figueiredo. I have to put this man, for being a champ, I'd have to put him in a similar situation to Pantoja and Volk. He's undersized right now at bantamweight, which is a bad sign. You know, he was already a small flyweight. Crazy power. Crazy fucking power, but he's a small flyweight. He went up to bantamweight. He's at bantamweight right now. He's old, obviously. If we're talking about age, a lot of these guys are never gonna make it. But I don't see him ever going up. Like what? Is he supposed to fight at featherweight? Nah, that's crazy. There's no way. You know someone who does fight at featherweight? Ooh, Diego Lopez. I have to put this guy in the B tier. Honestly, he's the closest to A out of everyone in the B tier. But I have to put him in the B tier for now because he hasn't become a champion, and I'm just not sure. He looks like a fucking enormous featherweight. Every time I see this guy, I'm like, this is a big lightweight. Big lightweight. What's stopping him from winning the belt at featherweight? Which, I swear to God, if he wins the belt against Volk, I'm going to kill myself. What's stopping him from winning the belt at featherweight, going up to lightweight, winning the belt there, going up to what? Welterweight? Low-key, hear me out. I think he has a good chance, similar to Fluffy. I'd put him up in the A tier if he actually wins the featherweight belt. And this is one of the guys where I could see, you know, age-wise and where he is in his career, this is still achievable for him, I guess. We know that only the big superstars get given these opportunities. So it's likely not going to happen for Diego Lopez unless something crazy happens. But guess who it is going to happen for? Fucking Ilia Topuria. My boy. Just on the fact that there's a fight being entertained of him fighting Makhachev, I gotta put him S tier. Just like it's in the same boat with Pereira. These two guys, they've entertained going up. The UFC's entertained them going up. They've been talking about a fight with him and Makhachev. Man, like, out of all the fights right now, this is the one that's closest to being made. Maybe outside of Pereira versus Aspinall or Gunn. It's crazy. This guy is low-key, like, he's like a smallish featherweight. Like, maybe average or, like, below average. Same height as Volk. He's a small lightweight. And he'd be a fucking minuscule. Imagine this guy against fucking Morales. Like, what is that? He'd be a minuscule welterweight. But it's being entertained. And the fact that it's being entertained, the fact that people believe that he'd actually beat Makhachev at that weight, at 170, the fact that it's like being worked on, that's crazy. Like, I gotta put him S tier. There's no way. Next. This one is what I think is not gonna happen. I would love to see it. But I think it's just not gonna happen career-wise. I think this a retirement is due. This guy's not old. Islam Makhachev. A retirement is due before a triple champ attempt, but I have to put him in the S tier. We saw him against JDM. I thought JDM would be much bigger than him. They were the same height. They were the same build. I swear to God, I thought JDM was going to be bigger than him. That was a crazy. The build up to that fight. Obviously, the fight itself was not so entertaining, but that was a crazy fight in and of itself. And I have to give Makhachev the S tier. I think he could definitely go into middleweight, seeing how he's bulked up for welterweight. How well he did. He was on creatine. I think he could go, man. We saw his pictures of him on the beach. Get another training camp like that. Go up to middleweight. Hamza's going to be gone by that time. You're not going to have any Dagestani, Chechenian, any Muslim Brotherhood, issues there. I think it's good, man. Another one who I have to put by merit very high up. Max Holloway. Max Holloway. I don't think we'll ever see Max Holloway in welterweight, which is why I put him in A tier. But he's been the featherweight champ. He's the current BMF champ. He's in the lightweight division now. And depending on these next few fights shake up, I made a video about it 2 days ago or a day ago. Depending on how the UFC match makes the lightweight division, we could see Max Holloway be a double champ. So just on that fact alone, I gotta put him A tier, man. He was a big featherweight. It was a hard weight cut for him. I think the knockout with Ilya. You know, he probably would have gone to sleep anyway. But the knockout was influenced by how hard of a weight cut he has, especially when he's at featherweight. So I have to put him A tier based on the merits alone. I'd love to see it. If we can see a Max Holloway triple champ run, would be amazing. But yeah. Next up. This fucking guy. Michael Morales. This fucking dude, bruh. He's a monster. Physically, this guy's enormous for the welterweight division. You saw how he had his... you can't see me right now, but he was squared up against Sean Brady. Hips all the way back. Hands all the way forward. How the fuck are you supposed to get a leg? How am I supposed to take you down if your ass is 2 kilometers away from me? And the whole time he got them big ass arms, big ass legs. This man is barely... He's got no torso on him. No. Huge welterweight. I don't know how he makes that weight. Easy middleweight. Could be as big light heavyweight as well. This guy with the right preparation. He has crazy power too. No, man. This is like a Yuri kind of situation. I think Yuri and Morales could be in the same weight class. No one would bat an eye. That fact alone, the fact that he's at the lowest right now, it's similar to Alex. He's S tier because he started at the lowest division, made his way up. I think welterweights is Morales' smallest division. Like, I think he can make it all the way up. Next up, we're gonna talk someone who attempted the triple champ status. Izzy. The reason I put Izzy at B tier and not A tier, you think, oh, maybe he's similar to Protas, whatever. He was a champ at middleweight. He went up and he tried for light heavyweight. Didn't get it against Jan Blachowicz. This guy is not making it to heavyweight. I know I said it's a free division if you're a good middleweight, whatever. He's frail. Like, I think Adesanya's too tall and frail, and his style is not conducive to putting on weight. The same way Alex can put on weight, Ilya could put on weight, Makhachev could put on weight. I think putting on too much weight would actually not be beneficial to Israel. If you guys watch the NBA, you know, for example, Jason Tatum came into the league. He had his jump shot a certain way. He went, hit the gym. He got huge, like he got crazy muscles, and his jump shot changed. His shooting percentage went down. I think it's a similar situation to strikers, like rhythm strikers, feint strikers like Israel. You can't lose your speed like that, especially because your speed is the only thing that's keeping your takedown defense up. So yeah, I think Israel B tier. We've seen him try to go up to light heavyweight, didn't work, but I have to give him respect. You know, he was a middleweight champion. He tried at light heavyweight, and yeah, he could have gotten it against the right matchup. You know, against someone like Yuri, maybe he could have gotten it. Who knows? Okay, next up. Jean Silva. C tier. He's a similar height to Volk, but I think he'd do a lot better job at lightweight. That's why I have to put him above Volk here. Actually mentioning that, let's move Armin up because it's a similar situation. These two guys, I put them in C. I think it's a case of you have a good chance at your own division, and you have a good chance at the upper division, and maybe one more, right? It's like maybe if the stars would have to align for C tier, the stars would have to align for this stuff to work. B tier, you could see it a little bit more clear. A tier, it's getting there. These guys can make the weight consistently in 3 divisions, but I don't think they would do it. S tier, they can make the weight. They can do it. Moving on to someone who can definitely make the weight. We've seen him do it countless times. Paddy the Baddy. Every time I see this guy at lightweight, he looks huge. He looked huge against Bobby Green. He looked huge against Michael Chandler. Man, I don't know how this guy... And you've seen him in the offseason. He can get huge on his own. So I think he can move down to... He's at lightweight. He can move up to welterweight. No issue. And yeah. Seeing Paddy at middleweight... It's kind of crazy. That's why I put him here. I don't think he'd actually have a chance. But yeah. Lightweight, welterweight. I could see Paddy in both of those divisions. Someone who I'd have a harder time seeing in the divisions is Sean O'Malley. This might not seem consistent with my rankings because you think, oh, I put him same category as Izzy. They have the same thing. Sean O'Malley cannot put on weight. We've seen those pictures of him. He's not one to put on weight. It's hard. He's a fluid striker like Izzy, but he's so scrawny. That's his thing. You know, he's gangly. Don't make him go up a couple divisions. He's fine where he is. He was a champ at bantamweight. There's no way he ever becomes a champ at lightweight. At featherweight, I don't see him becoming a champ at lightweight. Maybe the frame, he could be a small lightweight. But it's just in my heart. I don't feel it. I don't see it, man. Next up, this guy. Just talking about Sean O'Malley, who actually was a champ. Kind of crazy now talking about Peyton Talbot, but I have to give Peyton Talbot an A or high B or low A tier. I'm going to put him in the B tier for now. He's a really big bantamweight. He's filled out. We saw him against Henry Cejudo. Looked like he was twice the size of him. It was crazy. I see this guy being a future champ at bantamweight. Definitely win the belt. And then moving up to featherweight and having no issues. I think the issue he runs into is going any further than that, which is why I leave him at the B tier. But his physique, he's got it. I don't know how he's making bantamweight right now. He can definitely make the next division. And he could be a small lightweight. I think he fought Raoni Barcelos, who used to fight at featherweight, if I'm not wrong, and moved down. Kind of like a Jose Aldo situation. Okay, last and low-key least, we have Jalen Turner. I say least because this man's not making it. He just retired, came back. His head's not in the game. His heart's not in the game. But physique-wise, this guy's at welterweight, like Prates. He could be a middleweight. He could do it. I think we have to put it on the same tier as Prates. He has the gangly limbs, the thin but like strong physique. He has all the tools. It's always been the story of his career. He has the tools, but he doesn't have the heart. He breaks in these big fights. It always seems to escape about the last minute. But yeah, if we're just talking about physique, Jalen Turner is one of the freakiest guys out here, and he could definitely do it. Now, last guy I'm not going to put on the tier list because I think he's going to retire before anything happens, is Hamza. I think Hamza could be an S tier just purely based off his wrestling. I'd put him S tier below Poatan, but above Ilya and above everyone else. So I'd put him maybe second of S tier. The issue with Hamza is his health. Like he cannot stay healthy. He's had a lot of autoimmune issues. But if it wasn't for that, he could definitely be a triple champ. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. A quick little tier list video. Recording this at like 2 in the morning. What time is it? God damn, 1:04 in the morning. Time to go to sleep. See you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go give my cat a pet on his head.